All right, so we are live on Facebook and recording now. Let me get everything set up. Once again, for today, you might want some light weights or a yoga mat. We'll be doing a little bit of stuff on the floor today. All right, and we'll start our warm up with just some walking in place. You can walk in circles if you have the space to do that. I hope everyone's having a great Thursday morning so far. It's pretty cold outside still, just like yesterday. All right, for the next part of our warm up, we'll transition to some heel walks. So now you're gonna walk around or in place, but with your toes picked up. So you're picking up your toes and then just walking like you normally would. It should stretch your calves a little bit. And then we'll switch and we'll reverse and we'll do toe walks. So now you're standing up on your toes. All right, next, put your arms together and reach out in front of you. Feel the stretch in your shoulders. And then we'll move it up. So we'll reach up above our heads, still keeping our hands together. And we'll bend to one side, so you can pick either the left or the right. And then back to center, and to the other side. So you should stretch kind of all along that arched side in your shoulder, maybe in your back a little. Come back to center. And we'll go back to the original side one more time. Back up to the middle. And then finish it off with your other side. For me, it's my right. All right, let's check out the arms and we'll get some arm circles in so we can start big going forward. And kind of narrow it up a little bit so that you're finishing smaller, kind of like you're tracing a cinnamon roll. And we'll switch direction and go back. Start big again. And slowly work your way towards smaller circles. All right, great. One last stretch, we'll go down. So feet further than shoulder width apart, and you can reach down towards the floor. just down in the middle with both hands. Maybe you can touch the floor, maybe not quite. If you're all the way down on the floor and still not feeling a stretch, you can walk your hands back behind your heels to kind of deepen it. And you should feel it stretch along the backs of your legs. And we'll walk our hands over to the left. Hold it here for a couple seconds. Walk our hands over to the right. And we'll go back to the center. A couple more seconds to hang out here. And then go ahead and stand slowly back up. All right, we're going to get into our first set. And this is our little bit higher intensity one, and then we kind of calm things down as we move throughout the workout. So let's start with just a jog in place. After this, we'll move into some jumping jacks, but not yet. All right, let's make our transition and we'll move into some jumping jacks. Good. All right, we're gonna do some side shuffles. So this we're gonna do kind of down in a squatted position, and you're just gonna take little shuffles to each side. Good job, we'll go each side one more time. And back to the center. Now we're gonna start with some lunges. So stepping forward, don't let your knees go over your toes. You put your hands on your hips. Great job, everyone. And the next lunge we go into, we're gonna hold it there. Keep track of which one's forward now, because we'll try and do the other one next time. Good job, 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, grab a sip of water if you need. That's gonna be all for that set. But we have 2 more reps coming. We'll give everyone 10 more seconds. Finish grabbing what they need. We're gonna get ready for our jog in place again. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and start your jog. Great job, everyone. Remember, we'll move into jumping jacks after this in about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and stop your jog, and we can start our jumping jacks. Five more seconds. All right, and after this, we have our shuffles. So get squatted down and start shuffling side to side. If you want to make your shuffles harder, you can go for a deeper squat. If you need to make them easier, you can stand up more. Great job. We'll go once more to each side. And back to the center, where we'll start our lunges. Remember, no knees over the toes. And I hope you remember which side we held on last time, because we're going to do the opposite side this time. All right, so next step with the opposite foot, and we're going to start our hold. So for me, it's my left. Go ahead and get into position. Good job, everyone. It's kind of a balance exercise too, right? Just stand here. You have 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Once again, go ahead and grab a sip of water. Shake it out if you need to. Great job. We'll give everyone 15 more seconds and then we'll move into our last rep through this. For this one, instead of holding a lunge, we'll hold a squat because otherwise it'd be kind of uneven. All right. I hope we're ready to go. So we've got 5 more seconds and then we're going to start our jog. All right. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Then you don't have to jog in place. You can jog around your room if you'd like. All right, 5 more seconds of jogging, and then we have our last set of jumping jacks. All right, 3, 2, 1, and switch. So now we're down to our jumping jacks. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And we're on to our shuffles. So we're going to squat down and resume our shuffles. Hands can go up in front of your body. Kind of lazy shuffling if your hands are down at the sides. Hands could also go on your hips. All right, we'll go once more to each side. And back to the center, where we're gonna start our lunges. For lunges, I like to put my hands on my hips, but I know other people may have different preferences. All right, 5 more seconds here, and we're gonna hold a squat this time. Because if we held a lunge, it would be a little uneven. All right, go ahead and get into your squat. And we're gonna hold here. Doing great. About 10 more seconds left. 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew, good job. Shake it out. We'll take a little bit of a longer break here, especially because the next things we are going to be doing are on the floor. So if you have a mat that you'd need to get laid out, feel free to take a minute to do that. And we don't need our weights, we just need our mats for this one. All right, so during this break, you can make your way onto the floor. And you might have guessed it already, but we're gonna be doing some ab work. Probably already knew that. All right, I still see some adjusting going on, so we'll give people another 20 seconds or so. But for our abs today, we're going to be doing some Russian twists, some flutter kicks, and then we'll end our set with side planks on each side, with maybe an added twist for those of us that are feeling strong today. All right, so we're gonna start with our Russian twists and flutter kicks. So that's going to be on our back, well, kind of. So Russian twists, right? We want to be holding our upper body up and twisting to the sides. You bring your hands together in the middle so that you kind of have a gauge of where you're twisting, because you want to twist all the way up through your shoulders. Don't just move your arms. We're trying to twist and get our abs involved. If you want an added difficulty on the Russian twists, you can pick up your feet and try and keep them hovering. But if that's too difficult, you can keep your heels down. That's okay. We've done flutter kicks before, but our preview for that, so that'll be all the way on our backs, hands under our butt to help us not arch our back, and then little kicks in the air. And then side planks we've also done before. So I think we're okay there. But once we get there, you're up on your side. You can use your elbow. And then if you need the modified version, you can go up to your knees, or you can go all the way up to your feet feet is more challenging, but I know if my feet are too slippery, that also makes it challenging and maybe the wrong ways. So, and I do it on my knees instead. All right, we're gonna get started with our Russian twist. So if everybody can sit back. All right, and in 5 seconds, you can choose, but we're gonna start our twist now. So the harder version, again, is with holding your feet up. If you can't hold your feet up, that's not a big deal. 5 more seconds. All right, and rest. We're gonna move into our flutter kicks, so you can lay back, tuck your hands under your butt, so it reminds you not to arch your spine. Lift your heels up off the ground and start your flutter kicks. Great job, everyone. Remember to breathe. It only makes it harder if you're trying to do it without oxygen as well. All right, 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, go ahead and roll onto either side. We're gonna start our side plank. All right, and 3, 2, 1, up. And we'll take time to do each side, so it doesn't matter which side you start on. All right, 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. And flip over to the other side. And we'll get started with this side plank in 3, 2, 1, up. Don't forget to breathe as we work through these. We have 5 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1, and rest. And we can take a little bit longer rest here, but we won't go for too long. And then we're going to be back into our Russian twists. So back onto your butt. And we'll give everyone 10 more seconds in case they decided to grab a sip of water. All right, 5, 3, 2, 1, get ready and start your twists. Great job, everyone. Again, don't forget to breathe. And not just shallow breaths, try and be in control of your breathing. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. You can lay back. And in 3, 2, 1, start our flutter kicks. Great job. Ten more seconds. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. All right, up into our side planks. And we'll get started in 5 seconds. We'll give everyone a little extra time to reposition. 3, 2, 1, and up. Again, focus on controlling your breathing. Try to take deep breaths and not shallow breaths. Five more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and rest. And we have to switch sides still. All right, in 3, 2, 1, and up. Your arm that's not holding you up can go on your hips. It can go down at your side, wherever it's comfortable. 10 more seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, there's one more rep through all of those. Go ahead and grab a sip of water if you need it. And we'll get started with our Russian twist in another 10 seconds. Stretch it out, take a couple of deep breaths while you're not working. All right, in 3, 2, 1, we can start our twists. Remember, if it's too hard to have your feet up during the twists, you can rest your heels down on the ground, and that's going to give you a little bit more support. Five more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Great job. All right, onto our backs for our flutter kicks. Remember, try not to arch your back. I find that really difficult to do without kind of tucking my hands under my butt a little bit. And we'll get started in 5, 3, 2, 1. All right, little kicks in the air. Great job, everyone. Remember to breathe. And 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we have our last set of planks. So we'll get on the one side. And this time, if you'd like a little bit of an extra added difficulty at the end, we can raise our upper leg. So 3, 2, 1, and up. And we can raise, we can add the leg raise. If you're looking for an extra challenge, you can also bring your cat. Great job, everyone. Remember to breathe. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And we'll switch to our other side. All right, up in 3, 2, 1, and lift. And add the leg raise. And it doesn't have to be like a raise, it's just like holding it out straight, you know, not resting it on the ground. Doing great, keep breathing. And 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job on your abs today, everyone. It was awesome. All right, we're gonna take a longer break here because we gotta get back up to standing. We don't need our mats anymore, so if they're in the way, you can move them out of the way. But we will want our weights, so you can go ahead and grab those. And at some point, grab a drink of water too. And you don't need like dedicated weights. If you don't have those, things like bottles of water, cans of soup, those things work just as well. And my little bags of sand. And we're going to be moving into our arm exercises. So today we'll be doing some bend exercises. So that means that we're bending at the waist just slightly. So we're still trying to keep our back in line. And we're going to do a row, which is going to be like arms down straight and then tuck up next to you. We'll do a fly, so that'll be arms stay straight and then go out to the sides. And then we're also going to do some tricep work. So if we were holding the position where we ended our row, and then we're going to straighten our arms back out behind us. So it's going to be our 3 arm exercises for the day. All right, we'll give everyone 10 more seconds, and then we'll get started. We're going to get started with the row, and we're going to try and do 8 to 10 reps. So go ahead and get your bend. And this is going to be arms straight down in front of you, and then we are pulling up to our chest. Right, so that's our row. All right, let's get started. 8 to 10 reps. Here we go. Again, try and control your arms when they go back down. Don't just let them drop. It's very tempting. And keep your core engaged to keep that back straight. Kind of an important part of this. All right, that was my 10. I'll give everyone a couple more seconds to finish up, and then we're going to move into the fly. So same thing, bent over just a little bit at the waist, keeping those abs engaged so that our back stays straight. And we're going to start with our hands together, keeping our arms straight. We're going to pull them up into a T position. And we're just going so that we're level with our shoulders. So when you're ready, go ahead and join me. We're going to try for 8 to 10 reps here. Remember, slow and controlled is going to be more difficult. Trying not to let those arms drop back together. Trying to control them back down. All right, that was my 10. I'll give everyone a second just to get finished up. And then we'll move into our tricep. So this is where we're going to start, kind of like we ended our row. So with our elbows bent at about 90 degrees, still bent over. And all we're doing is straightening out our arms and lifting those weights back behind our back. But just moving at the elbow, not moving at the shoulder this time. Go ahead and join me when you're ready. And try not to look down at your feet the whole time. Try and look up straight so that we're not putting stress on our neck too much, or at least keep your neck in line. And remember, we're only moving at the elbows. All right, that was my 10. I'll give everyone a second to finish up, and then we're done with our set. So we'll go through that again, but we'll give everyone, an extra 10 seconds or so to grab a drink of water if they need. You can also adjust the amount of weight you're using in this time. So if that was way too easy, then maybe it's worth adding another weight or changing up what you're using. But if it was too hard, it was only the first set. So maybe it's time to drop some weight. It's up to you. All right, when we're ready, we're gonna get back into our position for our row. So that again is starting hands down and pulling up till they're about even with our spine. So you can join me whenever you're ready. Try to keep your elbows in line. Don't let them like flare out to the side too crazy. And again, I know it's really tempting, I do it too, to just hang your head down. But try and use your neck muscles to support it, or it might be sore later. For no good reason, we're not doing neck workouts, right? We're doing arm workouts. All right, great job. I did my 10. I'll give everyone 5 more seconds or so to finish up, and then we're gonna move into our fly. So that's where we were starting with our arms straight and bringing them up to the sides to make kind of a T with our bodies. You can join me whenever you're ready. Again, 8 to 10 reps is kind of the goal. You can do, if it's too easy, you can also try and do 12, or you can try and slow it down, really control things. And don't forget to breathe as we do these. A lot to think about, right? Keep your abs engaged so that your back doesn't slouch. Keep your neck at least neutral. Try not to just let it hang. All right, great job. We'll give everyone a couple more seconds to finish up. And then we're into our triceps. So again, starting kind of where we finished our row, and we're only hinging at the elbows. You can join me whenever you're ready. Again, nice and controlled, trying not to let our heads just drop down and look at the floor. At least in neutral head position. All right, great job. I finished my 10. We have one more set to go through. So if you need to take a minute to grab a sip of water, now's a good time, or adjust the amount of weight you have. Maybe it's still too easy and you need to add more weight. All right. And once we're ready, shake it out a little bit. Try not to get super tight shoulders or back. We want to keep everything moving. But then we're gonna go back into our row for our last set. So again, bent forward, use your abs to support your back. And our row is hands down straight and then pull them up to our spines, or our rib cage. Join me whenever you're ready. All right, I'm done with my 10. We'll give everyone 5 more seconds or so to finish up. Everyone kind of works at their own pace, and that's totally fine. And once you've had a second, we're going to move into our last set of the fly. So that's arms straight down and raising up into our T. Join me whenever you're ready. And as we're doing this, think about how our feet are really what's grounding us and holding us, right? So we want equal weight on our feet, maybe a slight bend in our knees. We're using our abs to support our back. All right, and that was 10 for me. Give everyone another 5 seconds to finish up. And then our last one is our tricep extensions. So we're starting where we finished our row, hinging at the elbow. And we should feel this one in the back of our arms. That's where our triceps are. Join me whenever you're ready. Again, all those good things. I keep catching myself, letting my head dangle down, because that's where my timer is. Maybe I should get a wall-mounted timer and I have something to look at. All right, that was my 10. So now we're done with our weights. We just have our cool down left. Great job, everyone, making it here. Grab a sip of water if you'd like before our cool down. I know I didn't put my weights down that whole time, and I talked, so now my mouth is a little dry. So we're gonna start our cool down with just a walk. Again, get everything moving. We always start off moving a lot, and then we kind of calm it down as we go throughout the workout, right? We do our abs sitting down, and then we do our arms mostly standing still. So we get a little bit of movement. As you walk around, shake out your arms all the way up to your shoulders. You need good shakes for that. All right, you can shake out your legs. You can swing your arms around. Just loosen everything back up. You can swing our arms forward. We can swing our arms to the side, kind of like windshield wipers. All right. And for our cool down, we're going to add some of those trunk twists. So let's bring ourselves back to standing. You put your hands on your hips, and then we're just going to twist to the side with our shoulders. So we're rotating our trunk. Really stretch out the back a little bit. You can move from side to side as is comfortable for you. Try and keep your hips pointed forward so that you're really rotating through the spine. We're not trying to rotate through our legs right now. Don't forget to change sides. Nice and slow. This is a cool down, right? And great job today, everyone. Thanks for coming out on this beautiful Thursday morning. Maybe we'll see some sun today. It's kind of bright and white outside, though. I think we're still covered in clouds. All right, let's do our arm stretches like we did in our warm-up. So we'll start locking our arms together, or our hands together, sorry, out in front of us. Feel the stretch in your shoulders. You can interlock your fingers, and then it stretches your fingers too, which are kind of an overlooked part of our body that we use all of the time, right? It's our fingers and our wrists. We use them throughout our day for, I mean, really everything. I feel like, at least these days, I do a lot of typing and writing, and I always forget to stretch them out too. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll put our hands up above our heads. And you can bend to one side, bend to the other side. Bend back. And once more to the other side. And now we can bring it around, widen our stance with our legs, and drop it down into the middle. Just let your hands dangle. You can walk them back behind you if you want a deeper stretch. You can let your head fall down too. Kind of let some of that tension in your neck go. Just let your head hang. And we can walk our hands to the left or the right. Pick a side. And then we can walk our hands to the other side. So for me, that's my right, because I started on my left. And we'll move our hands back to the center. And bring it back up to standing. Shake it out one more time. And give yourself a pat on the back. So we all just did our Thursday morning workout together. If you guys are looking for more workouts, our next one is tomorrow morning. I believe this one's at 9 is when yoga is happening. And then we also have workouts on Saturday, and really now every day of the week except for Sundays. So you can always find a way to get up and moving with our wonderful little team here. So thank you all for coming out today. I'm going to stop our recording